Welcome to today's live. It is Jacko's, my favourite core workout, and your chance to join Ab Club today. We're going to. This is going to be this is my favourite core workout. We're going to go through 4 different exercises in a descending pyramid. We're going to take you through each of those exercises, and you are going to be able to follow along. And I want to make sure that everyone, one key thing, one serious point, must work at your own ability. So don't try and do stuff that's too hard. I'm going to give you like easier variations to do, and then you're going to be able to build up progressively. But we're all going to be able to follow on together, but making sure that you're working at a level that is applicable to you, and not try and do stuff that's too difficult. So thank you all for joining. Let us know in the comments where you're joining from and if you're ready. And then you're going to ask me a couple of other very serious questions. One, if this is Ab Club, why have you got your shirt on? Good point. It's Ab Club today, so it's shirts off, obviously. And hair is going crazy during lockdown. Shirts off, and then the other question, shirts off, wax pants out. And then the other question, obviously, no white socks up in here. Anyone with white socks? What have we got on today, Jacko? Boom! These babies. These are me, I call these the SOC favourites. Get that high pull on. Red and white, just how we like them. So, we're going to get started then. Are people ready for this core workout? Yeah. So, we're going to do 4 exercises. I'm going to show you each one, and then show you some variations for them so that we can do slightly easier or slightly harder, depending on how you work, where your strength abilities are at, so you get most out of the session. Something I want us to think about throughout. I want to maintain a nice position where we're not arching and slumping into these positions and lifting our arm that way so you can sit. So I want to be pulling ribs down, sucking belly button in, and trying to get that little bit of a tuck underneath. Squeeze that bum. Abs like you're ready to take a punch. If you got that locked in, keep that for everything that we're going to do. You're going to be in good shape. Okay? So, the way it's going to work, we've got 4 exercises. We're going to do 3 rounds. And so we're going to do 3 rounds in the circuit, 4 exercises, and they're descending. So we're starting with the hardest, and then we're finishing with potentially the easiest, but it's going to be hard by the time we get there. And we're going to, first exercise we're going to do 5, second exercise we're going to do 10, third exercise we're going to do 20, and the 4th exercise, as you're right, we're going to do 30. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance to play, show you each one. We'll give you a chance to play around with each. If you can follow me around this workout, this core workout, for 3 rounds, you are going to become a member of my Ab Club. That's all you got to do. You got to follow me. All you got to do, you got to work hard, follow me, and then work at a level. Don't try and do the hardest thing. Work at wherever you are best. And this is we're in Ab Club, baby. So shirts off, waistbands out, socks on. Come on, if you've got white socks on, this is your chance now. Take them off, throw them in the bin. We never want to see them again. They're just holding us back. So I'll show you quickly through each exercise, and then we're going to get into it. So the first one is a walkout. And don't worry, wall walks aren't in my favourite core workout either. I know the painting can stay on the wall. We ain't walking on the wall today. That would be it would be one of my best core exercises integrating into the rest of the Connect chain. But I wouldn't necessarily as my favourite because they're brutally hard. Anyone that joined us for that workout, was that 2 weeks ago? We did a load of wall walks. That was brutal. But we are going to walk out. And the reason I like this one, this is the hardest one. So we're only going to do 5 of these when we do them. But I just want us to go through one. You're going to start from standing. I really like this because we have to keep and maintain good connection through the whole of our trunk line, and we're connecting into the hands as we walk out. But it's also going to help us work on getting those hips back and work on that hamstring flexibility and I think particularly tight today. We've done quite a bit on them over the weekend, and they're talking to me a little bit now. So we're going to walk your hands down to the floor, try and stick your bum back. We'll walk our hands out. We go to press up position. As we come down in this press up position, we tuck that bum underneath, we suck those hands in tight, we don't have to punch his elbows, and then you're going to walk your hands and then walk your feet back. Obviously, the more flexible you are in your hamstrings, the closer you'll get your hands to your feet, but that's going to be the first one, a walkout. And we're going to walk forwards, turn around and come back. We're going to do 5 of those when we go into the set. And we're going to progressively see how low we can go. I just don't want any of those positions to go to a shape where, rather than being nicely tucked under here, that you are arching through. We don't want to see. We want to see those hips low. We don't want to see that arch in the lower back. So that's exercise 1. We're all doing 5 there. Exercise 2 is where we get to use the sliders of the socks. So either you want a slippy floor, or we've got 2 options on these. I like these particularly for my slippy floor of my socks. So you go press up position, we push ourselves back, and then we pull ourselves forward. Push ourselves back, pull ourselves forward. The same thing, when you pull back, it gives you a real good opportunity to stay connected and not slump and pull yourself through there. Pull yourself with making a nice strong connection through those abs into the hip flexors. If you haven't got, you've shoved your white socks away and your feet won't slip on the floor, the other option is walking the hands forward and walking them back, or you could put something down on the floor like a tea towel or something that's going to be able to slide you on the floor. If you've got nothing to slide at all, you might be able to sort of just push your feet back on the carpet and pull them forwards. Equally, you can just do the walkouts. And we're going to do 10 of those. Okay, but we're just going to stay down at that position. Exercise 3 is our tripod. So for our tripod, we go push-up position, so feet slightly spread apart, hands, bring them into the middle, and we go one hand up to the side to make a Y with one hand the whole time, no rotation, no movement. So hips aren't dropping down, hips aren't rotating to the side. No movement at all other than the arm going up into the air. The arm that you're going to stay on, make sure you screw him, keep him in a nice, strong position. When I talk about screwing like that action, imagine trying to rip the floor apart, so you're screwing that shoulder into a nice shape. So we're going to do 20 of those. So 1, 2, 3, so 20, so it'll be 10 on each side. Effectively. And the last one for 30 is our dead bugs. And we're going to scale these up. So we're going to start with our easiest version, which will be tuck your bum underneath. Make sure you take out that space underneath your lower back. If they don't want to see you with the space underneath, you can put your hand there. We don't want that. So pull ribs down, suck belly button in tight, just like we were doing before. And then to start with, we're just going to take our opposite leg and opposite hand away. So left leg and right hand goes down. Back up, and then we swap. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, and so on. So we've got 30 of those. Whole time, your lower back is going to stay in contact with the floor. And obviously, by the time we get around to the 30 of those, we've been through the other 3 exercises, it's going to be starting to burn a bit, so you need to be able to focus in. If at any point you need to just take a little bit of a break to make sure that you're doing quality reps, that is what's important and what we're interested in. Okay, so are we ready to get started? So I'm going to check on a few little comments. There are 4 exercises. So the walkout and walk back in. That's 1. We're going to do 5 of them. Second exercise, we're going to do the pushbacks in that push-up position, sliding on the floor. 10 of those. And the third exercise is the tripod. Each arm at a time, 20 of them, and then the last one, the dead bugs. We're going to start circuit 1 in like next few seconds, and we're going to start relatively easy. I don't want you to push it. We're going to add in a little bit of spice. Make the first one a bit of like a warm-up set, so we're getting comfortable. Then set 2 and circuit 3, we're going to start at the end, and then I've got a couple of little kickers for you towards the end. So we're ready to get started. Thank you everyone joining. we'll get into it. Annabelle, no socks on at all. Good. For following on YouTube. Right. Let's get going then. So, first one. Walking out. We've got 5 of these. Walk out, bring back in. So follow me. Nice, slow, controlled tempo. So push the bum backwards. Come down, hands onto the floor. Walk yourself to push-up position. Tuck the bum underneath. Reach forward. Not too low to start with. Walk your hands back. Or so your feet towards your hands. Turn around. Then we go the other way. So that was 1 rep. Come down. Here's rep number 2. Nice, controlled. I'm interested more in you keeping a good connection through the midsection rather than worrying about how far you can go just yet. So keeping this good position for rep 3. Walk your feet back up. You've got 2 more. Walk, 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 walk. Work those hamstrings. Always benefit from very nice hamstrings. Here's rep 4. Tuck the bum underneath. Slide. Walk the feet to the hands. Last rep. Turning around. Obviously, if you've got a long linear, you can just keep walking. Hands out. Press position. Stay tucked under. Stay connected. Slide the hands. Walk the feet back towards the hands. Right. Now, get ready for the sliders. We've got 10 of these, remember? They're hard, you don't have to go particularly far to really feel it. And what I want us to be aware of is that connection through the midsection when we pull back in. So, press position, slide back, stay tight, pull through. 1, 2, 3. Remember, just working 4, where it's slightly comfortable in this set. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more. 10. Woo! So I have wide hates scooping and hollering, but I was feeling that. Right. Next one. Put your sheath on. Feet are wide. Hands are together, okay? And then we're going to go 20 of these. Single arm raise each time. Hands in the middle, feet wider. Then we go right arm first. Up, 1. Nothing else moves. 2, 3. Fight that rotation to the core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, come on, 15, 5 to go, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Obviously on those, if you find it hard, so I should have said before, drop down to your knees, and you can do the same thing from your kneeling position. Last one then, dead bug on our back. We're going to start with alternates, and then we'll make it harder for those that want to in the next set. So tuck underneath, make sure you can feel the lower back on the floor at all times. Suck tummy in tight. Right hand, left leg, ready to go. Now we're going to pause, control back in. Here's number 2, back in. 3, 4, just dab the floor. 5, 6, anyone else burning yet? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, keep your head on the floor for now. 13, 14, 15, we're halfway, come on. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, come on, last 5, 26, 27, keep that lower back on the floor, 28, 29, 30, bosh, boom, there we go, first round. Hopefully that gives you an idea, that's where we're at, how people find it. We'll have a little break, grab a drink, and then we will get into round 2. So on round 2, I want you to focus on, can we just nudge it a little bit? So on your walkouts, can you walk out a little bit further? But don't go all out on your first one. We've got 5 reps on that first one. Can each rep, you just smidge those hands a tiny bit further forward each time. That's your challenge. Yeah? Hi to everyone. Lots of you on. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram as well. Thanks everyone for joining in and following along. Chance to join that club. Right. I'm only having a little bit, 30 seconds more rest. Just looking at a few comments. Thanks to everyone that's waving and joining us live. Really, really appreciate it. And I hope you're enjoying it. Can't straighten legs on the walkout. Don't worry if you can't straighten legs on the walkout. Hamstring flexibility. Just have the knees slightly bent, and then you're going to be able to. It's going to keep working on that. And don't let your lower back move on that dead bug. So keep yourself tucked in. If that means for you on your dead bug, there's one Colin was just asking. If on your dead bug, you start to take your hand. That way away, and you just feel that arch. Only move those hands and those feet as far as you can keep that lower back engaged. So do work through a smaller range of taking your hands and feet away from each other. The tripod, you can go from kneeling if you're finding that one hard, and then also the pushback. We're going to do the same thing on the pushback on the sliders. We're going to do 10 of them, but can each rep you go a tiny bit further? So now, that's what we're doing for set 2. Can you just nudge? It keeps good technique still, good form, keep tucked under, that's nice and tight. But can you just nudge it a little bit? And I don't want you to go the first rep, your hardest one. I want you to make each rep slightly harder as we go through. So it's more important what you do on that last rep after you've done the others, okay? Rather than what you can do right when we're fresh. Make sense? Happy to get started on set 2. So, from standing, push hips back, do the hamstring stretch, hands go onto the floor, walk out, get to you push up, slide further, can we get a little bit lower? Walk hands to the feet, walk feet to the hands. And then rep 2, can we go lower? As we slide out, can we get a bit further apart? The one before, don't compromise your technique. Good. There's 2. Going around, rep 3. Now we're going to try and get tired lower. I'm going to try and get the nose a little bit closer to the floor. Good. And then feet to the hands. That's 3, 4. Rep 4, come if you need to bend your knees slightly. That's fine. Just have to work on your hamstrings later. You get a good bit of hamstring work here. Lower, 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 lower. Good. This is rep 4. Turn around. Last one. For me, I'm going to see if I can get my nose to dab on the floor maybe. I'm going to smell the floor. What does this mat smell like? And feet towards the hands. Good. There we go. That's the first one. Now, pushbacks or sliders. Pressure position. Again, you don't have to move far on this. Keep that connection, so I don't want to see the back arching when you push back. But can we do the 10th one gradually, everyone getting a little bit more difficult and a little bit further. So start comfortable on rep 1 and build it each time. So here we go. Screw the shoulders, push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little bit further. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm working hard now, so I'm not talking. Last 2. 9. Core tight. 10. I was right on the edge then. I could, as I was pulling back through, when that bottom shin pulling through, I could start to feel the erectors around the lower back starting to want to do the job. This still working hard. If this starts taking over, you know you're into that open position and arching the back. We don't want that. Close to the edge, but not too hard. Okay, then tripod. Hands together, feet apart. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, squeeze bum, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 to go, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oof. There we go. Dead bugs. 30 dead bugs. If alternates were difficult, as we talked about, just go through, pull your socks up. Pull your socks up, Jacko. What are you playing out there? If you're finding it difficult and your lower back was coming off, then work through a smaller range. If it was feeling good, and you think you want to come with me, I'm going to go, and you must make sure that your lower back is staying in contact with the floor the whole time. We're going to go both hands and legs together. You ready? So here we go. 1, 2. Head stays on the floor. 3 for now. 4, 5. Just kiss the floor. 6. Kiss the floor. 7. Kiss the floor. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and halfway, 17, 18, 19, 20, 10 to go, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 5 to go, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Woo! Someone turn the heating up in here because I'm sweating. Okay, how was that? Anyone manage to come with on the doubles? Remember, all the way through this, we should feel that here, not back here. At any point that you feel like your lower back is taking over or you're losing that connection, then make sure that you regress and go back to the easier variation. Okay, minute break. And then we're going for round 3. We're going to spice it up a little bit more on those last 2 exercises. The first 2, you're going to go with the same principle. Try and go a little bit further each time. Try and do a little bit more than you did in the last set. So I managed to do 1 rep where I got my nose to touch the floor on the on the walkout. But I think with my bum a little bit high, so I need to bring that bum down with me. But essentially, like, could I do 2 reps? Could I do my 4th and 5th rep where nose touches the floor? So same thing, work up rather than going hardest on the first one and then dying. We're going to work up to your hardest one at the end. And then a little bit further on those sliders each time. Can you beat what you did last time? I've got a mark on the floor that my foot was getting to that I'm going to try and beat. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to spice up the last 2 exercises. So the tripod and that one, we're going to spice up. It's going to be, this last one, if you want to come with me, it's going to be difficult. Hey to everyone watching, Michaela, Gareth Newcomb, Nukes, how you doing? Sue, Brian, hello. Colin, thank you. Andy, cheers. Thank you everyone, so many of you following, which is amazing. Everyone, Joel D'Souza on Facebook as well. How are we doing, everyone? Steve Manderson, how are you doing? I hope you're not watching, I hope you're following. Like, watching on its own does not count. Remember, you can follow these all back at any time, and they all go onto a playlist on YouTube. Just see if we've got any other comments on over on the gram. Coach Dan, how you doing, buddy? Susie Bear, white socks are gone. Good. So I'm just catching up on some of these. Right. Oh yeah, magazines for the sliders. Sadie, great shout. Round 2, going a smidge further. Yes. One question: Does it have to impact on the outcome? Long pauses. Yeah. So we're going to stay just having a pause now in between each round. We're going to get into the next one very, very soon. Yeah, there's pushbacks are lethal. Tell me about it. Right. Let's get into this last one then. Last round. Are we ready? We had a decent enough break now. Sorry, JD, not Sadie. JD. So I got Mr. the Stones. JD Stones, absolute legend, top student at the School of Calisthenics, said that for the sliders, if you haven't got sexy socks like mine, and if you have got them on, put them nice and high for this last set. If you haven't, then feet on a magazine. No white socks, chuck them out. Feet on a magazine. So I don't have magazines these days. Find a magazine from somewhere. Find a magazine from the 1990s and putting your feet on them on a carpet slides really well. That's a good shout from JD Stones. Thank you, JD. Right, let's go. This one's going to be horrible. This one's going to be nasty. So a little bit further on each one. I've got 2 variations to make it a little bit harder. If you need it, not if you don't need to make it harder, don't. If you need it to make it harder on the tripod and the dead bugs, I've got something spicy for you to finish up with. Okay, so first one, walkout, ready to go. Think about where did you get to last time? Can we go a little bit further this time? So push hips back, stretch your hamstring, walk ourselves down, slide out, and get lower. Walk your feet to your hands. There's one. And we're doing 5 of these. These go up pretty quick. Walk out. Stay tucked underneath. 2. That's nearly the floor. I need to get to the floor for rep 4. Here's 3, rep 3 coming up. So you want to be close to where you got to on your last rep before. Okay, that's rep 3, feet to the hands. Nice. Okay, rep 4. So this one we'll be trying to hit where we did on that last rep of the last set last time. Here we go, work hard. Nose touch. The Jacko. Anyone come with me for a nose touch? Maintain good position of that trunk as well. Last rep, number 5. This we're going to pause the bottom. If you really want to make it horrible. Here we go. Right. There we go. And feet to the hands. 5. There we go. Good. Come down for our sliders. Okay. Breathe really hard now. Try and nasal breathe if we can. Right. In and out through the nose. That'll be a big challenge on these. Okay. A little bit further each time. 10 of these. Get tight. Screw the shoulders so they're nice and engaged. Drive back. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. As we go further, the rep lasts longer. 7. 8. Hope you can tell I'm working hard. 9. Last one. Yeah. 10. Just to say, those noises aren't for special effect. I am absolutely drilling myself here, and I want to thank you for watching, because I wouldn't work that hard if I didn't know that you guys weren't working hard alongside with me. So thank you for that. You're keeping me honest, which is good. It's like being back in the rugby days with the rugby team. It's like we're a team. You're making me not take things easy, which is good. Right, tripod. Knees, if you're finding it hard, you can have those knees further back rather than the further forward they are, the easier it's going to be. So take those knees further back. If you want to spice it up and make it a little bit harder, you go from standing, and we're going to go Y, T, and then a W, back down. Okay? So if you're just going to hold it there, you've got to hold it whilst we do Y, T, W. So there's a little bit more time and attention in that position. Does that make sense? So if you're just doing, say you're kneeling, and you're just doing the Y position, you hold whilst you go Y, T, W. Or if you want to join us, you can join us for that Y, T, W as well. Make sure I'm not going to touch the wall. Right, 20 of these. Let's go. Right hand first. Y, T, W. There's 1. Y, T, W. There's 2. Y, T, W. 3. Y, T, W. 4. Y, T, W. 5. Y, T, W. 6. Y, T, W. 7. Y, T, W. 8. Y, T, W. 9. Y, T, W. 10. Y, T, W. 11. Y, T, W. 12. Y, T, W. 13. Y, T, W. 14. Y, T, W. 15. 5 to go. Y, T, W. 16. Y, T, W. 17. Y, T, W. 18. Last 2. Y, T, W. 19. Y, T, W. 20. Woo! Mr. Jacko hates those noises, but you almost can't not do it when you're working out like this. Right, last one. Okay, you are going to have to pause at your hardest position. This is going to be horrible. So wherever you go, if you're going opposite arm, whether you're here, here, all the way out, or whether you're going double, going all the way out, you're going to have to pause while those that want to come with me, I can't believe we're going to do it, but we are. This is my favourite. This is the hardest one. We're going to go all the way out, and then we're going to do a dish, back down, and through. So if you want to make the hardest version, we go all the way out, so my head and back is on the floor, then we dish for that pause, then we come back and through. And that's going to be 1 rep. If you're not doing that extra dish, you're holding the pause whilst those that want to get dishy are going to come and get dishy. So whilst we're getting dishy and dishing out the brilliance of this, you're pausing, because effectively we're pausing in that position as well. Make sense? Give me a high five. Get ready, here it comes. 30. This is going to be hard. This is going to be nasty. This is the last thing we're going to do. Last thing we're going to do. We've worked hard. We've been working on for half an hour already. So, tuck under, lower back stays on the floor the whole time. Okay, now we go, and then dish, and back in. There's 1. Out, dish, back in. 2. Out, dish, 3. Out, dish, 4. Out, dish, 5. Out, dish, 6. Out, dish, 7. Out, dish, 8. 9. Out, dish, 10. We got to go a third way through. Dish, 11. When I say dish, you pause. Out, dish, 12. Out, dish, 13. Out, dish, 14. Out, dish, 15. Out, dish, 16. We're over halfway. Out, dish, 17. Out, dish, 18. Out, dish, back in, 19. Out, dish, back in, 20. Out, dish, back in, 21. Out, dish, back in, 22. Out, dish, back in, 23. Out, dish, back in, 24. Out, dish, 25. Out, dish, 26. Out, dish, 27. Last 3, come on. Out, dish, back in. Last 2. Out, dish. Last 1. Out, dish, hold, 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 hold. Down, back in. Oh. Anyone else blinded by their own sweat? But eyebrows not doing their job. Let's work out my eyebrow game because I can barely fucking see. Ah, beautiful. How was that? Sir Brian YTW is tough but good. Yes, right. So if you made it through, we've made it. Welcome to our club. It's a beautiful place. Gary M505, best workout yet, Jacko. Good, glad you loved it. RS25046, soaked. This sweating a lot. Barry on YouTube is sweating. Push proof, phew. Upper abs really burning. Around 25 reps the last dish, yeah. That break, they say that extra dish just brought in that little bit higher up. Yoga Fiona, how you doing? Thanks, Jacko. Matt, obvious hip flexors are screaming. Yeah, on the second exercise where we're pulling back in, really pulling into the hip flexors, have to maintain that body position. That's one of the things that we love about calisthenics, and we're really keen on at the School of Calisthenics is how do we, rather than isolating the core with like endless crunches and sit-ups like I did when I was 10 in my bedroom, like not knowing what I was doing, just wanted a six-pack. How does this core integrate into the rest of the kinetic chain? So when you're talking about your hip flexors there, how is that connecting in through the core during that exercise? And it's helping to maintain that pelvic and that spinal stability and positioning. And that's what we want to do. And calisthenics is a great tool and great vehicle to do that. But that's how we should be training the core. That's how it's designed to work. Serena Little on Facebook is watching now, but will do later. Good. And you've got plenty of time then to get your magazine, to take your white socks off and throw them away. And you know what the session is. So you can follow this back on YouTube. All of our workouts go on YouTube on a playlist. There's follow along. There's workouts at home. I think there's over 30 of them in there now. So this morning, 11 a.m. UK time was my core workout. Owen is doing tomorrow's workout at 11 a.m. UK time, but then Coach Georgie is doing frog and hand and crow stand variations in the afternoon at 4 p.m. British summer time. That's tomorrow. So you've got 2 tomorrow, 11 and 4. And then Tim at 9:30, so in that earlier slot on a Wednesday morning. I've also then got a live with our resident chef, the chef that does, Rupert Cooper, the chef that does our exquisite, beautiful food for the School of Calisthenics retreats, is going to do an Instagram live with us on 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, so don't miss that. Thursday morning, I'm back at 11 a.m. UK time, and then Owen finishes off the week at 11 a.m. on Friday for you. If you want to get WhatsApp notifications of when all these are, I'll put these, they're both available on, I'll put this in on YouTube, plus 44 7883 161 433. If you send a WhatsApp message saying, I want to join, or just anything about WhatsApp, anything about joining the WhatsApp group, you'll then get notifications of all the lives that we are going to be doing throughout the week, this week and the weeks to come. Mark Bully, thanks for joining. Any additional ones that we're putting in place. We're trying to do more and more, hit a few different time zones as well, so some of those afternoon slots too. And so we've got some exciting stuff coming up soon as well with the podcast and the podcast live event that has had to be cancelled in person, but is going to happen virtually on Instagram, which is going to be exciting. And then the other thing just to mention was that for April, we've got 50% off memberships in April. We're on the 27th, so we've only got a few days left of April. 10% of all of that membership and 10% of all the revenue from the virtual classroom where all of our online training is in the month of April is going to charities supporting those affected by the coronavirus. So the NHS and the Robin Hood Fund here in Nottingham. So 10% are going to those charities, but you get 50% off your first month's membership in April inside the virtual classroom. So do check out that if you haven't done already. Had an amazing webinar with the VIP members this morning, looking at some of the progress they're doing some video analysis and feedback for them, which is great to see the amount of progress people are making following our programs. And we love to see that, and we love helping you guys. We find it is just as inspiring for ourselves. And a genuine one from me. Thank you for engaging in these live workouts with us. We're the same as you. We're training at home, and it can be difficult to work hard and stay accountable. And I definitely find that when I'm doing these workouts with you guys, knowing that you're watching on the screen definitely makes me try to make sure my technique is as best as possible, and I'm not cutting any corners, and I'm working hard. So you drive me to work harder, which massively appreciate you for all of that. So I hope you're having a lovely Monday. I've got a new podcast is out this morning, podcast number 7, more accountability. So if you haven't done, check that one out if you're into the podcast, talking about how we've worked with athletes in the past on mindset and how we can deal with sort of negative thoughts about the future, and how do we put some practical things in place to keep us thinking positively and staying present in the moment. So some good practical things that you can do if you are finding you've got any sort of worries or anxieties about things going on at the moment, trying to help with that. And then also, I did a blog on Sunday, yesterday, about things that I've been trying to change to stay as healthy as possible during this corona lockdown, and I've had some amazing feedback. Thank you for people that have read that already. If you haven't, do check that out on the website, schoolcalisthenics.com. There's a section, just click on blogs, you'll find it there. And then Tim is doing a similar thing around things that he's been implementing during lockdown and things that he's learned during lockdown as well. That's going to be coming this Sunday, so check that one out from Tim at the end of this week. Other than that, you guys have been amazing. Welcome to our club. Thanks for joining. Remember, no white socks. Get rid of them. They're holding you back. And welcome to our club. And I look forward to seeing you in my next live. It's going to be with the chef on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. My next live workout is going to be Thursday with you guys and girls. So I look forward to seeing you then. Owen is very much looking forward to seeing you in the morning, and so is Coach Georgie in the afternoon tomorrow. So if you're watching on the replay, or you need to watch any of the others on the replay, check out the YouTube channel. Subscribe if you haven't done yet. Give us any feedback in the comments as well. Any other things on? So if you put comments in the YouTube, it'll stay there with the video, so we can see the types of workouts that you enjoy and wanted to see more of. And then we can do that to give you more of what you want. That's always what we want to do. So if you've got any particular themes or things that you want to work on more, do let us know. And then remember, you can look at those playlists and watch any of the workouts that we've got. There's over 30 of them in there now, and they're continuing. Obviously, we're doing 5 or 6 or 7 of those each week, and they're continuing. So keep checking those out. And you can watch along and follow those back at any time. So cool. Much love to everyone out there. Stay healthy, stay happy. Class dismissed.